Good evening, everyone. Hello, it's me, Miss Adelaide. I'm so sorry that I'm starting so late. Like you all know, I'm really new to Instagram and all of these online things. In fact, the reason I'm doing it is because I really, really want many people to pass. I want all my students to pass, all the young people I associate with. I want them to really do well in these GCSEs. I want to support as many people as possible. So that's why I'm actually doing this. So like I promised, I'm going to talk about the 6-mark question. In science, biology, physics, chemistry, you actually need to write 6-mark question, and in math, there are some 4-mark question, 5-mark question. I'm not too sure if they have 6-mark question, but 5 and 4, that's long enough. That's a lot of marks. In fact, in the science paper, there's usually on the GCSE, on the EdSL paper, they usually would have 2 6-mark question on the foundation paper, and even higher as well on the biology, 2 on the chemistry, 2 on the physics. So if you just take chemistry, for example, or each of those papers, for example, you have 12 marks that you can lose if you just fail to attempt them. So I want to give you some handy tips, and I have this all typed up, neatly saved somewhere in my file. If you want me to send it to you, I can send it to you, and you can access it if you send me an email to request for the 6-mark question, for the 6-mark question tips. If you request for it through Gmail, my Gmail address is I-must-pass-529. The 529 there means if you're doing the foundation paper, you want to aim for 5, and if you're doing the higher paper, you want to aim for 9. And some people say to me, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "What am I not talking about? Why not? Are people not achieving it? I must pass." Remember, you must keep saying to yourself, "I must pass." So for us to start, I'm just going to talk about the 6-mark question. Now, the 6-mark question will test you on your scientific knowledge. It will test you on how you arrange and lay out your work. It would also test how you communicate. You also test your English, if you've written in full sentences, if you've done arranged your points in the right order, you get marks for that as well. And what I say to students, if you're face to face with a 6-mark question that you're not really sure about, there are some things you can do. The place to start is to decide today that you will attempt every 6-mark question. Say to yourself, I will attempt every 6-mark question. Every 6-mark question. I'm waiting for you to say it. I will attempt every 6-mark question. That's what I'll do with my fingers, just to make sure that you actually say it. I will attempt every 6-mark question. All right? So you've got to say that to yourself several times. I actually say it to yourself 7 times that you're going to answer every 6-mark question. This is live. I'm not going to stop this video. I'm just going to go on and explain a lot of things to you. I hope you understand. I am not going to post it. I am not going to stop it. I'm just going to go on for a few minutes just to encourage people. All right? I'm new to it, so you've got to bear with me. So say to yourself, I will attempt every 6-mark question. I will attempt every 6-mark question. Now, these are my general handy tips. You don't need to see them. Like I said, I can always send them to you if you want. So one of the first things that you need to do is to remember that you've got to read the question. I actually say to students, you've got to read the question twice. When you look at a 6-mark question, the first time you read it, what you're doing is just highlighting the keywords. You don't need to see what I'm putting up here because I've got it all typed up. Because if we try to zoom in on it on my computer, my laptop, you might not be able to see. So I'll just talk you through. So there are a few things you can do. You must read the question twice, the entire question twice. The first time you read it, you highlight the keywords. You highlight the keywords. If, for instance, you're given a diagram, say biology, I'm just going to use a random diagram. Say you're given this diagram. This just pops straight in my head. So this is the nucleus. Say you're given this diagram and you want to talk about the plant cell. Say they ask you to talk about the difference between the plant cell and the animal cell, and you're given this question. I would say the first thing you want to do, read. Are they asking you to compare this with an animal cell because this is a plant cell? or what they're asking you to do. So you want to label the parts. That's the nucleus, that's the cell wall. If they've already labeled them for you, you want to highlight what they've labeled. This is the membrane or cell membrane. That is the vacuole. And that obviously is the cytoplasm, and that is the chloroplast. All right? That's the chloroplast. Now, once you've labeled all these parts, you can start talking about them. You can start to talk about them. But my point here is you need to highlight. You need to underline the keywords. If they've asked you to describe, if they've asked you to explain, if they've asked you to compare, when you're comparing, you're saying what's good about both